So we are now coming up on Tract 1 at Pine Grove in Shannon County, Missouri. We're on the gravel road and we're actually really close to the property here. Here's a house on the right, kind of an older place, looks like a mobile home. Oh, there's three deer crossing Tract 1 right now. I don't know if you can see him in the video. The little fawn's right in the road. He's standing right at Tract 1. Hey, buddy. His mom and his brother or sister are in the ditch on the left, watching us. See how close we can get. Off he goes. Oh, that was cool. A lot of deer out here. I'm gonna open this window and see if we can get a look at them. See how brave they are. Oh, I can see them back there. They're about 30 feet back. I can see all three. There they go. The mommy and two fawns. And they didn't go that far. They're just back there about 50 feet. That was cool. And as we look to the right, that is the southwest corner of Tract 1. I'll drive the road frontage so we can get a good look at that, and then I'll just park and we'll hop out and check it all over. I love bumping into deer like that. It's just fun. It's a nice little surprise. There's the sign indicating Tract 1. I think I'll pull over here actually. Very low traffic road. You could spend all day out here and only see just, a few cars going by. It was raining out here up until about 20 minutes ago actually. So where I'd normally pull off on the right, basically directly onto Tract 1, I pulled onto the other side of the road instead. So let's take a look at this here. So looking south, of course, that's Tract 1 on the right. Let's see a limb from a tree right there, just about in the road. So actually, had it not just rained, I could have pulled the truck right across this little ditch and onto the side of the property anyway. In order to pull well onto the property, you'd have to bring a little saw, a hand saw or a chainsaw, and remove some of the smaller trees. Now this is looking fairly level here on the west side. Tract 1 is one of the tracts at Pine Grove that does directly border the Mark Twain National Forest along its entire east side. Oh, we had sunshine and then it went away on us. We're still going to check out this property. I've been excited to see Tract 1, and I think those deer were a good sign. So we're going to check this out today. We've got some nice timber. We've got a mixture from small to large timber. I'm going to walk back toward the east a little bit because from what I can see, it looks like we've got some pretty nice timber back there. A little bit wet. Now it's drizzling again on us. Oh well. So this is all fairly level right here. There's a deer scrape. Very beautiful property. As we get back toward the east, we've got a hillside where it starts to rise up. And it looks like that's also where the bigger timber starts. So I'm looking at the topo map, and this hillside rises up and then levels off actually at the top. So you've got a level spot here on the west County Road, you've got another level spot on the east at the National Forest. This portion of the hillside where we are, I would call fairly steep, but if we go to the south just a little bit, it's much more gradual. But looking up, I can see a couple big pine trees up there, big oak trees. And since we have the option of going up the less steep parts, that is what I'll do. Oh, this is much nicer. This is very gradual. We're seeing some big pine trees. I mean, this is called a pine grove for a reason. And this is a big, beautiful pine. It's close to 20 inches. That's at least an 18-inch pine. Think of that as your log cabin kit. And then once this land has been paid for, you have the option of cutting those pines and using them for a beautiful log cabin. And here's another one. That's a good 18-inch pine as well. And straight, perfect, perfect cabin material. You can use the oaks as well, definitely, for a cabin. Some people choose those, but I just love the long, straight pines. So here's where the hill is gradually sloping up. With about a half a day with the chainsaw, you could open up a trail and definitely drive a truck up here. I'd like to get up toward where it starts to level off, because I'd like to see that area of the property. See what kind of trees we're looking at up here. This is one of the special tracts that does have direct frontage on the Mark Twain National Forest along its entire east side. So if you're a hunter, if you're just into recreation, you've got about a 10 or 20,000 acre backyard directly adjacent to your property. Pretty unbelievable. If you've looked around, if you're familiar with Missouri or with other states that have some national forest, then you already know that it's really tough to get stuff on the national forest. But what's even tougher, as I pant from walking up that hill, what's even tougher is to get property that you can actually drive to that's on the national forest. A lot of the big chunks of national forest are pretty remote, and you've got to go along miles and miles of forest roads and trails, or sometimes no roads at all, to get to the property. That is not the case on this one. You can drive right here in any kind of vehicle, walk onto your property and go straight back toward the national forest. Now we're back. We're not on the east side, but we are on top of the kind of the ridge, I guess. And this is gorgeous up here. This could not be more private. It's level. We've got good sized timber, some medium sized timber everywhere. I know it looks a little dreary in the video. That's the price we pay for being out here on a cloudy day. But this is just awesome. More big pines. Stunning property, really is. If we were to continue back toward the east, it wouldn't be far at all, and we'd be at the National Forest. I don't think I'll do that today. There's a big one, that's 16 inches. A few more years, and that'll be an even larger tree. I mean, basically for a log cabin, you can use any any long straight tree. It's just that the pine trees around here can get so large that they just make a stunning home or cabin. Oh, and look at this monster. That is over 20 inches. Yep, that's about right at 20 inches. Gorgeous trees. Once the property's been paid for in full, you can log it, you can sell the timber, you could certainly let it grow. It's only getting bigger. 2 more monster pines. Look at that guy. He's 16 inches. This is one of the biggest ones we've seen. That's over 20 inches. That is a big, beautiful pine tree. And there's another one right there. That's its twin back there. Holy cow. Wow. Price a log home and you'll see why I get so excited about those big logs. Most log homes, 90% of what people call log homes, are actually timber built, which is fine, but as soon as you square off the timber, a lot of people wouldn't say that it's technically a full log home anymore. Still beautiful. I've seen some beautiful ones like that. There's some great large oak trees right there. Wow, I could spend all day out here. This is stunning. Some nice surprises on Tract 1. The video started with the deer family and ended with the monstrous pine trees. Tract 1 at Pine Grove, bordering the Mark Twain National Forest. Check us out at InstantAcres.com.